Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid news video. I know I haven't uploaded for about a week now. It's because there really hasn't been any much Real Madrid news video. Really, there hasn't been anything. But I guess we can talk about the challenge that has been given to Carlo Ancelotti with the team. So with the squad, if according to the transfers, or according to sources, that we are only going to make we're only interested in two players, and that's Mbappe or Haaland. Firstly, Mbappe, he's gonna stay with PSG for another season and eventually renew a contract. They're not gonna let him leave on a free next season as well, so that's out of the woods. Haaland, he's been linked with Chelsea, Manchester City, Real Madrid. They won, I think, 210 million, is it euros? We're only willing to give them 120. The last time we were interested in Haaland, apparently, personal terms with the player has been sorted out. We just need to talk with the club, Dortmund, and get a deal, right? But if we're not gonna buy any of the two players, we're not gonna buy anyone, which is what Florentino Perez has said. Unless we sell Varane, which most likely Kunde, who has told Benzema and Mbappe he is keen to join Real Madrid. Kunde is the replacement of Varane if Varane leaves, which we are probably gonna get about 50 million euros for Varane. I are gonna get Kunde, but Sevilla won, I think, 80 million euros, which is about 68 million pounds, but we're only willing to give 50 million euros, which is, I think, about 40 million pounds. Let's just stick with euros, right? Because it's quite confusing in pounds. So in euros, we're willing to sell around for 50 million euros. We want Kunde for 50 million euros, which is the exact same price we're selling Varane for, but they want 80 million. They might even go down to 70, 60. But yeah, I just want, um, yeah, that's that. Um, Kunde is a good Varane replacement, and he wants to come to Real Madrid. He admitted that. He confessed. Anyways, we'll get into the task, the challenge, the whatever Ancelotti has been given. So let's take a look at the front three, which, if we're not going to buy Mbappe or Haaland, the front three is set to be Eden Hazard, Karim Benzema, and Gareth Bale. BBH, Bale, Benzema, Hazard, which is nickname, I think, by someone, I don't know. What do I think of that? I don't think it is that strong. If you look at Hazard, yes, he's been injured, but will he ever be back to his best at Real Madrid? I just don't know, right? I don't know whether he can get up to the full potential, and maybe Ancelotti can get the best out of him. Maybe he can get something out of Hazard that Zidane couldn't do, right? Um, then about Bell, I feel like he just doesn't look like the Bell from 2016 anymore, 2015, 2014, whatever. But again, he's worked with Ancelotti before, well, Hazard haven't, or Hazard never worked with Ancelotti before. Bell was been a fantastic player under Ancelotti. Can we see the same? I think we can. But whether Bell wants to be that kind of player again, or whether he himself believes in that, it's a different story. I think Ancelotti can get the best out of Hazard and Bale, but whether the two players want to get the best out of themselves, it is a complete, like, we don't know about it. For Benzema, he's still a elite striker. He's scored over 30 goals per season for the past few seasons, so I think he's fine. And yeah, that's the front three, pretty much the front three. And to the midfield, if you were to tell me what midfield we're gonna go with, I think that Erdegaard is going to be a more crucial player for us under Ancelotti than Zidane. I feel like he was not given a lot of chance. He was not given the chances that he deserved. Got shipped out to Real Sociedad, brought back, got shipped out to Arsenal. He's back again, and yeah, I hope we can play more. As for the midfielder, the other few midfielders, I think we're just gonna stay with Casemiro, Modric, Cruz. That's a fantastic midfield. I believe in that. Um, Casemiro is still in his prime, about mid 20s, early 30s. Modric and Cruz, I still believe in them. Maybe Modric might be getting up a bit, but you know what I mean. His age might be catching up a bit. As for the backline, I feel like Mendy is gonna play. Just because Marcelo stayed, really doesn't mean that Mendy isn't gonna play. I feel like yes, Marcelo was part of a great strong team under Ancelotti, but I feel like Mendy has to be given a chance. And apparently Mendy wanted a wage up, more money, but apparently the club weren't willing to. And then I'm just like, just give him the money, mate. He's been one of our best players last season, right? Just give him, right? But apparently not. And this Mbappe saga could drag the team um up, because the more we want Mbappe, the rest of the players are not gonna get treated fair fair enough, I guess. Because if let's say two players want more money, more wage, we are just gonna be like, oh no, we can't. We need the money for Mbappe. But in truth is, we're not gonna get Mbappe. So why? I think the Mbappe saga is just an excuse not to give players extra money, right? Um, and yeah, like I said, the left back fundamentally is there. Right back, I feel like Carvajal, if he can keep himself to the best shape possible, he's gonna get himself chances. But if he can't, then I'm sorry, then you can't get your chances. The center backs wise, I think Alaba is gonna play. Varane, if he stays, he's gonna play. If not, we're either gonna buy Kunde and he's gonna play next to Alaba, or Militao. We'll have to rely on Adam Militao, which I don't think is a bad option, considering at the end of the last season he really did show his quality and what he can do for the club. But whether he can actually fulfill his max and be a huge Varane and Ramos replacement, it's hard to say. It's hard to call. But in the next few years, he's gonna be a great player, right? And then go Courtois, yeah. So I believe if we're not gonna sign anyone, this is gonna be our lineup. I hope we actually do make use of certain players. We are apparently willing to sell uh, Mariano, Ceballos, Jesus Vallejo. He's back from loan from Granada. He has said that he wants to prove himself at Real Madrid, wants to get some game time, wants to start for the club. Um, Early guy, like I said, you know, he probably should be getting more game time, and I feel like he should. And apart from that, I can't think of any other players. Is there anyone else that I'm probably forgetting about? Yeah, maybe Takekubo, but I probably think Takekubo will go out for another loan spell. I just don't think that he really has that. He really is that great or of a player to start week in week out. Um, and a lot of people have been questioning about the wingers at Real Madrid, because Vinicius, I feel like we have talked about this a lot of time. He just can't finish his dinner. He really needs to improve in his finishing. Then Rodrigo, he's really, I just see him playing a lot. Vinicius and Rodrigo are gonna get a lot of game time next season, but whether they can step up, we're not so sure. Then Hazard and Bale has been harshly done by the media just because of their age and because of a poor few seasons, which they're just gonna say he's finished. They're just gonna rule him out, and I just don't like that. I feel like every player, no matter their age, deserves another chance, right? Just because of a poor season or so, you don't rule that player out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Again, we're probably not gonna see more videos in the upcoming days unless something big has been reported, or something big Real Madrid news is out. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel because already. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.